Hey, this is Josh with Dirtbag Brands, sitting down with a longtime friend of mine, Jason from Liqui Moly. Jason, awesome to be at the Sand Sports Show with you, dude, and finally catching up. Like we always seem to be in passing
I
these
know.
years.
I know. That just goes to show you, man, we're both on the gas, right?
Hey, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but
Yeah.
you know, when you got a moment that you can actually sit down and talk with some of the old friends, you just got to take it and
That's
kind of
it,
go
man.
from there.
Yep.
How have things been going?
It's been a good show, man. I'd have to say, as things progress for the brand and the industry, especially in the power sports space, it's cool because the conversations have gone from "Who are you?" to, where do I get it, or what do I need for my vehicle, right? So the conversations have definitely changed, which is always really cool to hear, and it's good, man. Good show.
Well, I know when we were working together back in the day, it really was like,
Yeah.
who are you and
Oh yeah.
why? And good. Give us a rundown for what Liqui Moly is. Give us a little bit of a history and a backstory, if you can.
So for those of you that don't know, the brand is very well established on a global level, right? But in the U.S., Powersports has only been here for about 9 years, right? So the unique thing about us is we make everything in-house. So back in 1957, when they launched this thing in Germany, they started with just doing additive development, right? Like that was their first project, and then it kind of spiraled into full-blown oil manufacturing, which obviously you want to have good additive packs in your oils to make them unique and different and have different characteristics to outperform your competition. So really that's where the brand shines, is because we do everything in-house. It allows us to control the additive packs rather than just pick, let's say, a off-the-shelf product to put in your oils. So it helps us be unique and different.
Well, and I know, I mean, man, it's hard to believe we've known each other for almost a decade. God, I feel
know.
old. We had a lot less gray back in the day, didn't we?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But when we were going out there and with the oil and with everything else, like the claim to fame was, look at MotoGP, look
true.
at what they've done in Europe. And I don't think a lot of people understand. I mean, hypercars trust themselves to Liqui Moly.
Yeah.
And that's been a big deal. And a lot of people, I don't think, quite understand where a lot of OEs, sometimes they just go to who's the cheapest bidder for the pool of oil and get it out there. So the quality control has always been a really big factor with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, that's why, over in Europe, or we'll say like in our own backyard, it's still the #1 rated brand from consumers, right? And you want to have obviously your own backyard dialed in.
Right.
And that's important. So yeah, for us to be able to say we're voted #1 for the last 15 years is definitely solid, man. I mean, like you said, you see us in Formula One, you see us as the oil for MotoGP. So to be at those levels of performance, I mean, it's really cool.
Now, how has that transition been to power sports out here in the U.S. now?
So transitioning into power sports US, I would say, it's you were there with me from day one.
It was.
So it was a lot of conversations in the beginning. Now, I'll tell you what's different too about the conversations in the booth. People now come and either do a testimonial about how much they enjoy using the product and how it's affecting their cars and how it feels. So we usually now get testimonials about that, or again, like, where do I get it for my car? So that's kind of how the transition's been from, like, when you and I were out hustling the streets, trying to tell everybody about it. The conversations now are a little bit different in a way that, like, it's a testimonial about the product, or where do I get it? I've heard nothing but good things.
So how's that evolution been for you now? I mean, we're sitting here from the very beginning to where it is. How it is for you? How is it for you personally?
It's man, it's like a train you can't ever catch up with, man. It's constantly growing. Whenever we think we have things under wraps, we're thankful enough that the consumers are still out there picking it up, and it drives obviously all the numbers up that we need. But yeah, it's a constant chase, man. I'm convinced at this point I'm never going to catch it. Like,
I remember so many of the different faces when we were first learning about it, when they came in, like Liqui Moly, like we recognized the logo from the MotoGP and stuff like that, and now it's fantastic to see. And now I feel really old that it's been almost 10 years now. But this is where we're at, and this is what we're doing, and so it's kind of cool. And you yourself have also kind of changed around too, because originally you were living in California. Where are you at now?
So yeah, originally on the West Coast when we launched, and then now we've kind of expanded the team, which is a key thing. I'm now located out in Texas, so in the Dallas area, but still trying to support as much as possible being involved in these kind of shows and out and about, in the community, it's important. So we try to get to as much as we can.
So from a personal standpoint,
Yeah.
from being a Cali boy, how
Yeah.
was that transition for you in the shops in the South in Texas?
Man, I'd have to say, like, when it's West Coast coming into like Central, one thing that I saw was a big difference in Texas. The guys were really excited to learn something new, right? About a product they had no idea about. Sometimes on the West Coast, we get flooded with the first things, everyone's gets slammed. It has so much in their face all the time that it's not like the exact response, right? Because it's just overwhelming out here. When you're on the West Coast, it's everything that really seems to develop starts here.
Right.
So yeah, when you go anywhere, I feel like outside of that, I don't know, maybe they listen a little bit better or they want to know, like tell me more about it. Let's spend more time. So yeah, it's just different categories.
So here's something for you. So I know this used to be the breadbasket, especially for the power sports. Do you think California is still the breadbasket, or are you seeing a lot of innovation over in the South and Texas coming up too?
So I think, West Coast, it's never going to change. I feel like it's never going to change. There's so many enthusiasts here. You look at this show and all this stuff that's going on. I mean, it seems like it's here. Now, Texas, I was surprised going out there with the utility market, the sport market. There is quite a bit of community out there doing stuff. So it is surprising to see it expand. And, from Texas over east, right? They got from cross country racing and then all kinds of sorts of, different applications are using it. So it's still really, it's still on the path of like just forward, man.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit different, right? But they're all good. Everybody needs love, man.
Oh, I agree. I mean, engines all have moving parts, so what are you going to do, right?
Yeah.
So that's cool. Well, awesome to catch up with you.
Absolutely.
Awesome to finally see you and sit down, because Lord knows it's always been back and forth,
always passing, yeah.
Guys, Jason with Liqui Moly, thanks for tuning in. Jason, awesome to catch up. Looking forward to seeing you again.
Brother. Appreciate you, man. Guys, we'll see you.